Hi everybody and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about transforming shapes and more specifically translations and rotations. So the big idea for today is you're going to have a shape on the coordinate plane and we're basically just going to be moving it. So we're going to talk about two of the different ways that we can move shapes on the coordinate plane. So the first video is going to talk about translations. Our next video right after that is going to talk about rotations. So with that being said, let's get started with our translations. So first, translation. Let's get that word defined. So this is a function that moves each point of a shape along a given vector. Vector is just a fancy word that means basically the directions. So think about it of like the Google Maps of moving things. It's going to tell you, which way you're going, up, down, left, right, and how far in each of those directions. So the basic concept is that you'll have your coordinate plane, and in the coordinate plane you'll have a shape. And what a translation does is it literally takes it and just like pushes it. And the vector is the arrow telling us the direction that it pushes it. So if we have, let's say, a translation that moves the shape here, the arrow represents the vector. So I'll highlight it in green here. That is the vector. And it's telling us that, for instance, maybe in this case, we're moving up by 3 and we're moving right by 4. So the way that we would write this is left-right is still our x ordered pair, and up-down is still the y value of the ordered pair, except vectors, we use little triangles on the edges. So this would be 4, 3. So that's kind of the idea, is it's telling us, okay, we're going to go to the right by 4 and up by 3, so that's going to make a vector or an arrow that's going to point us in that direction. So for our examples here today, we're going to be looking at different types of movements based off of these things that we call vectors. So let's start off with an example. We're going to have triangle ABC, where A is 1, 1, B is 2, 3, and then C is -3, 5. So first, let's just take a look at what this looks like. So 1, 1 brings us over here. Second, 2, 3 brings us up here. And then the last shape of this triangle is 3 to the left and up by 5. So it brings us all the way over here. So this is going to make the following triangle. So now that we have this triangle made, they're telling us that we're translating it on the following vector, which is 3, 6. So we're taking everything and moving it to the right by 3, and then we're also going to be moving it to up by 6. So instead of just guessing this on the graph, there's actually an algebraic way that we can solve for exactly where this new triangle belongs. So what we do, I'll write this in yellow, is we take our A ordered pair, we rewrite it, except next to each of these we're going to include an additional 3 and an additional 6 to represent that translation vector. So the ordered pair for A is now going to be 4, 7. We're going to do the same thing for B, and before I go on, let's just highlight this. So 3, 6, we're adding the 3, we're adding the 6. Same thing for B now. Start off at 2, 3, and again, adding the 3, adding the 6. So we'll end up with 5, 9. Again, 2 plus 3 and 3 plus 6. The last point of this triangle is at -3, 5. And again, one more time, we're going to add our 3 and add our 6. So we'll end up with -3 and +3 is 0, 5 and 6 is 11. So these are the new ordered pairs. And again, just to emphasize, we get the +3 and +6 from our translation vector. So we can now take these new points, our new A, or our A prime, our new B, or our B prime, and our new C, or our C prime, to that same graph, and see how it looks. So new A is at 4, 7. Our new B is at 5, 9. And then our new C is at 0, 11. And what we're going to see is this green triangle has moved to the right by 3. Each of the points has gone to the right by 3. And then each of the points has also gone up by 6, up by 6, up by 6. So again, think of translations like the Google Maps of moving shapes. It's going to tell you left, right, and up, down. All right, so focus on those translation vectors. Write out your ordered pairs, just like we did in yellow below. And once we do that,